Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform. Hello, and welcome back to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different. There's not going to be like an actual how-to training or an interview or anything like that. This is going to be an episode where we're just diving into Allison's brain, my life for the past month. And the reason why I want to do this is because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and sometimes a coach literally just has, hey, this is the day in the life of me and stuff that I am going through, things that I've learned this month and all those great things. So this is very going to be unedited, unscripted. There's, like I said, not going to be like this is exactly how to do something or an interview. But it's more like, hey, what happened to me this month? And here are some things I've learned. To start off, I started a podcast this month, which was huge for me. And I was putting it off for months and months. And I guess you're going to ask, why? Why were you doing that? Because it's scary. It's a lot of work. In my mind, I made it out to be a lot of work. But gosh, I've learned so much from people. I actually loved the interviews. I loved listening back to the interviews. And even just myself, like writing down and scripting out a lot of my how-to trainings. I'm like, oh man, this is like gold. This is amazing. And then obviously too, I was hearing from a lot of you just saying, oh my gosh, this was gold. This was amazing. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. So for me, I just once again, thank you guys for listening to this and sharing your insights and things that you're taking away. For a brand new podcast, I'm just so thankful that I've had this many downloads and this many people reaching out. And so thank you. And this is the thing, over the past month, I've had, we had Halloween. So this is November, if you're just tuning in, I'm recording this literally on November 2nd, this morning. So I'll just actually start off with this. This morning, we had to take my daughter in. She's 3 years old for her wellness checkup. I literally haven't taken her for a wellness checkup, I think, since before the pandemic. It's been I think it was her 18th month appointment or something like that. And so she hasn't had shots. She hasn't anything. She's just been healthy and happy. And I haven't really thought much about it until I got a letter in the mail. It was like, hey, just so you know, you haven't taken her in a while. I was like, oh yeah, I should probably do that. So she had her shots today, which I don't know about you guys, but with kids, I hate having her cry and be upset. So I was like, hey, husband, you have to come with me. His name's Sam, by the way. I hate just when I say, hey, husband. His name's Sam. He's awesome. And I was like, hey, you have to come with me to this appointment. It's for her shots. And he was like, okay, cool. He didn't really think much about it. But I was just literally sitting there being like, how thankful for me right now to be able to have him be a stay-at-home dad with us. And he is able to come with us on appointments like this and support me, but also, supporting our kid. But I just was like, oh my God, thank goodness that we both don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. to get to a job and to do all those things. We just have so much time freedom in our life. And that's something that I always dreamed about. I actually have these journals. I'm looking at them right now. These little itty bitty journals that I would keep on my desk when I had my corporate job. And I would write in them things like, I just want to be able to stay home. I just want to be able to be home with my family. I want to be home with my kid. At the time I had now she's going to be 9 years old. Oh my gosh, she's almost 9. But my husband was a stay-at-home dad through all of that. And there was such a part of me that had resentment and just jealousy over that. I just wanted to be home too. And to be honest, it wasn't he probably couldn't go out and get his own 9-to-5 job. And I could be the stay-at-home mom. It was nothing like that. It's just I was somebody who was super ambitious. I wanted the job. I wanted to make the money. But over time, I just started really realizing that I need to be able to figure out how I can have the best of both worlds, be able to make money and also be able to have that flexibility to be home with my kids and be there at all the doctor's appointments and all the school functions and stuff. So I'm really thankful that over time I was able to figure it out. And so here I am. So I've been out of my corporate job. If you watch the trailer episode, I think it's been now 6 years, which to me is crazy. My daughter, like I said, is almost 9. So yeah, it's probably about 6 years. And so I've been on this coaching journey now for 4+ years. And gosh, like it's crazy to think about. My husband's been home like the whole time with us. Like he never has had like, I always say like a real job. His brother owns a recording studio and he works there just like kind of when he wants. Like it's just like kind of like a freelance, like, hey, I have a session tonight, like I'm recording an artist or a band or whatever. Like, so he'll work kind of when he wants to work. So because of my coaching business, luckily, like we haven't had to have to have two incomes, you know what I mean? So he kind of just does it like when someone's like, hey, can I get a session or whatever? He has like a really good network of like artists in our local area in Indiana and then in the Chicago area that reach out to him. So I have so many wonderful things to say about my husband. He's just awesome. We've been together for over 20 years. We started dating when we were 15. And sometimes I think back being like, wow, what was I thinking? He's probably listening to this because he's also my podcast editor. But yeah, just kind of like, whoa, like we've literally more than half of my life I've been with him, and I know him more than anybody in this world, and he knows me more than anybody. And like I'm just thankful to have somebody like that in my life that just gets me. So we'll talk about my husband, I guess, more on some other stuff. But like, what else happened this month? We just had Halloween, which is really cute, really fun. We just went around our neighborhood. Luckily, we live in like a golf cart neighborhood. So everybody just rides around on their golf carts, and like houses are pretty close together for the most part, like in certain parts of where I live. And we just took the kids and like the neighborhood kids. We all went out and went trick-or-treating for like 2 or 3 hours. My mom lives really close, so she made dinner and stuff. So afterwards we just went over there, warmed up, ate some chili and like masticholi and like, just came home. So, with our golf cart too, there's like a heater in there. Oh my God. I was like, my husband's like super bougie with his golf cart because he golfs like year round. So he was like, okay, if I'm going to golf, I need to have a heater in here. So he bought one of those like propane tank heater things, which, you're probably listening to this being like, why? But he's like super obsessed with golf. So we live like on a golf course. Like it's a golf course, like within the community that we live in. So he's living a great life. I love that. Good for him, right? Good for you. But yeah, I also had my best friend's wedding this, like last weekend, 2 weekends ago. And yeah, she got married, to her fiance. They've been together for many, many years, and they also have a daughter together. So it was really nice to see that. And it was a lot of late nights, a lot of drinking, and I feel like I was hungover for like 3 days after that wedding. But yeah, one night we stayed up. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and her fiance, her husband now, we stayed up and we were just talking about like all kinds of random things because he was saying how he liked her spirituality and that sort of stuff. And he's like, I think she gets a lot of that from you. Cause like, her and I have been friends for, I don't know, 17. It was like our freshman year of high school or college. Her and I were like best friends. So I don't know how many years ago that was, but, so she, her and I just kind of grew up. And as I was going through my own spiritual awakening and going through my own, like with stuff with like psychic school and everything. Yeah, guys, I went to psychic school. So because of that, like, she's really like just into personal development and just really being in touch with who she is. And I think that's why we've grown so closely throughout the years together still, because like, we're kind of on the same page when it comes to like what we want out of our lives and all that stuff. She's an awesome human. Him and I were just kind of, we weren't arguing. I wouldn't say that. But just kind of having like an adult heated conversation about like money. And like, he just was somebody that, has great ideas. He literally has so many great ideas, but because of, he wants security with money, which I know we all do. We were just talking about how like being an entrepreneur, there's sometimes really little security, right? And you guys can probably all feel me on that. It's like, we sometimes don't know what we're going to make next month, but I have this trust inside of me because I have made money in my business for the last, 4 years that like, I just know money is going to be coming to me. And so, but sometimes when we first start, like, and you might be at that stage right now, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to make money next month. And that's sometimes really, really hard and emotionally gives you a ton of stress and a ton of anxiety. So we're just kind of talking about that. And he was just like, I'd rather live a comfortable life, having that security of a full-time job. And the ideas that he just has to know that like, that's probably not going to happen. Right. So I don't know, I was just trying to be like, well, of course, me as like the life coach here, I'm like, but what if this was like a multi-million-dollar idea and you would have a lot of security, but like not security like today. We'd have security in like 5 years possibly. Right. So there's these little things, obviously, that like I was trying to get him to see, but you know what? We can't make people see things. We can't make people change their mind. And he wasn't actually, I think, looking to change his mind. And some people are just like that too. I love him. And like I said, I will, I love that people, I think what I have to always remember is like, it's okay to have different opinions. And it's okay to share your opinion and know that like somebody else can take it or leave it. Right. And this was like 3:00 in the morning and we were both pretty heavily intoxicated with like White Claws. So I don't think at that point we were like trying to change anything, but it was just nice to kind of hear somebody else's perspective on that, because I'm like, gosh, that relates so much to my clients and to my audience of like, I want the security, but I also know that I want to be a multi-millionaire, and like to get there, it might not be so safe. I might not feel so safe along that journey. So I want you to know though, like, you know, now I've been doing this for like, you know, obviously I've told you this many times in this podcast, like, you know, 4 years plus, and there's still parts of me that don't feel safe some days. And I'm like, I have to trust, I have to surrender that like the clients are coming or did come. They're already here. Like I can sometimes just chill and not worry about, you know, my next few months. And so it's really hard. It's really hard, but like I've literally had to train myself and train my mind to say, you are safe. You are fine. You are okay. So yeah, so that was a really fun wedding. It was great to see some of my old college friends too, that I haven't seen in a while, and people that like I connected with in college and even out of college, but like I just, you know, haven't really caught up with, and people were just out of state and stuff. And it was just really, it was like such a fun weekend. What are some other things that happened? Oh my God, Taylor Swift's album came out. You're probably like, she's not going to say that. Oh yes, I did. I am definitely a big Taylor Swift fan. And I'll tell you why. When I was studying abroad in Italy, Love Story came out. Guys, this is when Love Story just hit the radio, and it was on MTV in Italy. Okay. So we only had so many stations that played English, like English anything. And this MTV, like this is like the only channel we had on, and it played Love Story. It played like Beyonce, If I Were a Boy. Like there was so many things that came out that year, like Kanye West, like there were like these albums that I was like, oh my God. So now to this day, I associate certain things with me studying abroad because I had such a great time studying abroad. So my roommates and I and all stuff, we loved Taylor Swift. And then even when I got into college, all my roommates, like we just like loved Taylor Swift growing up. Like she was like a part of my childhood and like my early adulthood. And so I feel like I've just grown up with her. So like every album, I'm like, yes, Taylor has a new album. I am that fangirl. And like when I'm still scrolling on social media, like when I get stuck in the scroll, it's because I'm watching Taylor Swift like videos. So yeah, I'm like, I think she calls her fans Swifties. I think I might be a Swiftie, guys. I might be. Yeah. What else has happened this month? I did hire a coach, which I haven't hired an actual one-on-one coach in a really, really long time. I've had some like coaches that really have sucked. And then I've also had some that were so amazing and so transforming. Like I've taken dozens of programs. I swear to God, like I've taken so much stuff. And yeah, like this coach really felt really just like in my heart. Like I was like, this is it. I'll tell you more about her the more I get coached by her. But it's a 6-month container. So I'll be working with her for 6 months. And yeah, I'm really going to be diving into more of my mindset components, like the mindset stuff that's really holding me back from all the things that you guys are probably dealing with too, like imposter syndrome and all these things. Like, and I was just like, a lot of her content really resonated with me because like I've done so well in my business, but I also know I'm holding myself back in a lot of parts of this too. And I can only be the person to blame for that. And so the more I was talking with her, I just felt like she really resonated with me. And so, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to that. So I'm hoping I'm confident that her coaching and like will really, really change the course of my business too. And just my mindset overall about how I'm viewing a lot of the things in my business. So yay, I'm super excited for that. What else? I think that's really it. I'm trying to think of some other things that happened in October. But yeah, I'm excited for November. I'll tell you quickly some things that are coming up next week. I'm going to Arizona. yeah, like I haven't had a real, like, I guess, vacation in a while. And my uncle lives there actually. So we're going to stay with him for a few days. I'm going with my friend Stephanie. She's my high school best friend. I know I've been telling you a lot about my college best friends, my high school, like she's my high school best friend and she's just kind of grown with me throughout the many, many years for the last 20 years. And yeah, her and I are going to go out there, visit my uncle, and then we're going to stay in Sedona for a weekend. And yeah, so I'm really excited just to kind of really just unplug. Also too, my husband and I, we kind of, like, this summer, really, I would say this summer, him and we just have like a good group of friends in our neighborhood. We've just been drinking a lot, going out a lot, pool parties. Like it's just been like, grilling. I just like, God, I drank more this summer than I probably have in all the summers combined. Man, oh man. So we're kind of, I don't want to say we're going to be completely sober by any means. I'm not going to, I'm not going to like state 100% sobriety, but just like, hey, chilling out on the booze, chilling out on eating a bunch of junk. And yeah, really just kind of getting back in shape. I was like, I'm actually going to buy a gym membership again. Like I haven't done that in a while. I used to go to like Orange Theory. I used to love Orange Theory. I used to like shred 415 and stuff in Chicago. Like, I could really, really, miss that. So I also did Stride, which I don't know if you guys are runners, but Stride was more for just running. But yeah, it's been like a good year. Like, I don't know. Yeah, probably like a good year, since I've really, really worked out to that point, at least. So I'm excited to get back involved in that. It's kind of taken me some time though to get my husband to the gym. We'll see if he actually comes with me. There's always a part of me that's like, you're going to buy this gym membership, but are you going to go? Our daughter's in daycare a couple days a week. So I at least know 2 days I can drag him along with me, but the other 5 days out of the week, I don't know. I don't know. I guess in the past, he got a gym membership. I think he went once and it was like a 3-month commitment and he didn't go at all, except for that one time. I'm totally calling him out right now. And he's probably going to be like, why did you just call me out? But I did. So yeah, there's always this like fear in me that I'm like, I'm going to buy this gym membership for him. And he's like, not going to go. But I know really deep down, he wants to get back into some shape. He had a horrible back surgery, his third back surgery, like 3 years ago. Yeah, I was pregnant and I just had Margot. So she just turned 3. So it was like, yeah, a little over 3 years ago. And so ever since then, like he was like almost deathly, like he looked like he was going to be consumed by death. He was so skinny and couldn't keep food down, all this sort of stuff. So he finally had the surgery, started feeling a lot better, but like now is kind of like, oh, I've gained all of my weight back times like 5 and like I know I need to start working out again and to really get back into some shape. Now that he doesn't have like those back problems that he has, he can actually like move his core and all that stuff. So I know I'm just kind of looking forward to doing that with him. I hope, like I said, I hope that he comes with me and I can get him to come. You guys just cheer me on here. But yeah, so that is, like I said, my October, and looking forward to some things in November. If you guys at all are looking to get coached, I've been opening up more one-on-one spots because I know deep down, that's really, I really, really love working with people like intimately and like really looking at their whole business and not just for like one session or within even a group program. I really had to sit there and go, what would really light me up right now? And it's one-on-one coaching. So it's 12 weeks of us working together. We have 10 calls and you get access to my social selling 101 course, as well as my social media sales blueprint. And throughout the 12 weeks of us working together, we are going to look at your business foundation, really understanding your audience, your offers, your lead generation, your sales and marketing strategy. And yeah, by the end of us working together, you will have a full plan of how to find and sign more clients on social media. So I've worked with, at this point, hundreds of coaches, really help them build their business, really see what blocks they had as far as like, holes in their strategy, but really just like getting organized, really sitting here and going, okay, what do I actually need to be doing to build my 6-figure business? What do I need to be doing to get, say, 3 to 5 clients a month? So this is what we'd be doing and working on inside our coaching together. And if you are looking for, like I said, a coach, click the link in the show notes. It just says apply to work with Allison. Or you can literally just send me a DM on Instagram at Allison. Allison, I was like, what is my handle? Allison Henderson _coach. And if you have any other questions too, you know where to find me. And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this random episode. But I love you and I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at Allison Henderson _coach. That's ALLISON Henderson_coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.